It seems we hear more and more about dementia. Most of us will know someone with it or someone living with it. Well, people from white ethnic backgrounds are more likely to get involved in dementia research than people of other ethnicities. The Your Beautiful Brain project is a collaboration between Dementia's Platform UK and the Black Dementia Company, and they're trying to redress that balance. Sarah Bauermeister is from Dementia's Platform UK and works in the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Oxford and joins me now this morning. Sarah, good morning. Good to have you with us. Why is it that people from African and Caribbean communities are underrepresented in this kind of research?
Hello there. Thank you so much for the invitation. We think it's really because up until now, the appropriateness, the cultural appropriateness and representation of this community has not come through in research and in publicity about dementia.
So what does this mean in real terms? What are the results of this?
So the results of this is that people from the Black African and Caribbean communities are less likely to identify with possibly having dementia one day and are also less likely, therefore, to take part in research studies trying to understand new treatments and new cures for dementia. So what we find is this population is wholly unrepresented.
And is there a difference in how they could be affected by dementia, or does dementia affect everybody across the board equally?
Well, dementia affects everybody across the board equally, but until we have equal ethnic representation in research, we won't truly understand whether there are ethnic differences. But at the moment, we understand it affects everybody equally, but not everybody is equally represented in research.
Now, to try and redress the balance, I know you've got a workshop going on today. What will that do?
Yes. So, Your Beautiful Brain workshop, which is funded by Alzheimer's Research UK and supported by Dementia's Platform UK, is a workshop, an art workshop for over 50s in the Black, African, and Caribbean communities. And what we're trying to do for a couple of hours is teach about brain health, but using Black artists and the representative from the Black Dementia Company to create artistic colouring in sheets and materials which more culturally represent the community. So, for example, taking part in running and walking and eating healthily. And so, we're hoping that these workshops will open the avenue to understanding the importance of taking part in research.
So, are these workshops designed to help those that attend, or are they designed to help you with your research?
It's both really, because what this is hoping to do is the artistic materials that the attendees create, whether it's a coloured brain or a picture of a nice meal, we're going to use these in pamphlets and educational materials within the research community. And hopefully, because they're more culturally appropriate, they'll think, well, yes, I can take part in research. This applies to me. And then we can feed that forward into our participant registry, Great Minds, DPUK Great Minds, and hopefully have more ethnic minorities take part in research.
So, how do you convince them to do that if you're trying to get more of the ethnic minorities who at the moment haven't come forward for the research to come forward? What would you say to people to encourage them to take part today?
Well, I think that it's to think about that this is a fun activity, which is why we're using the medium of art. And so rather than trying to go out and say, this is the message about dementia, this is how you prevent dementia or help prevent dementia, we're trying to wrap it up in a fun activity, which is art. Everyone loves the color. We provide all the materials and then they take them home again, pencil cases full of pens and pencils and crayons, and everyone loves to do a little bit of art when there's no pressure. So, what we're trying to do is go into the community, create a fun activity, but wrapped up in that is a 10-minute little talk by me about brain health.
And just stepping back from all this a tiny bit, how much are we making steps forward in dementia research? How much do we know already, and how much have we still got to learn about this?
Well, I think the fact that we still don't have a explicit cure for dementia says that we've still got a long way to go. However, we are making steps forward. We understand, I mean, recently in the press a couple of weeks ago, we heard about the risk factors that we can do something about. There are 12 modifiable risk factors, such as wearing your hearing aid if you have hearing loss, preventing social isolation, making sure that you don't become obese, and checking up for diabetes and blood pressure. So these are factors that everybody can actually think, well, I can do a little bit about this. So we're working really on the modifiable risk factors as well.
And finally, outside of this workshop, you want people from other ethnic backgrounds than white to come forward. Where can they go for help?
So I'd like to really think that these workshops that we're running. So today we've got one at 3 o'clock in Risinghurst Community Centre. That we'll be able to do this for other ethnic communities as well. And so I think me and my team at the University of Oxford, we're going to be working towards, well, this has really worked well. What other ethnic communities do we still need to reach?
Really good to chat with you this morning. Sarah Bauermeister from Dementia's Platform UK and from the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Oxford. Many thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.